bipartisanship. Let me just share something with you very quickly here. Neil Gabler, writing at the Nation. The right-wingers, of course, see any slight deviation from white, male, heterosexual, conservative, Christian as being, a deviation. If you are not, they will tolerate white women, Christian, right-winger, whatever. But anything beyond that, if you are of a different nationality, a different race, different sexual orientation, a different this, a different that, then you are at best suspect, at worst a tool of Satan, who has been sent to destroy the United States and kill Jesus and butcher all the baby fetuses and so on and so forth. This kind of thinking is obviously mentally disturbed. This is clearly mental illness. This is paranoia, and it can drift into, like in the case of the sick bastard Glenn Beck, it drifts into paranoid schizophrenia. But let's just stick with the paranoia. Neil Gabler writes in the Nation. You probably know by now that President Obama is a Muslim who professes socialism, that he was born in Africa, which makes him ineligible to occupy our highest office. But here's something you may not know. Obama is gay. That's right. He really is. Now, keep in mind, any deviation from white, male, conservative, right-wing, fascist, heterosexual is considered, at best, suspect, at worst, satanic. Yeah, Obama is gay. Not only is he gay, he frequented gay bathhouses in Chicago, along with his former chief of staff and current Chicago mayor, Rahm Emanuel. Yes, he did. And not only did he frequent those bathhouses, he was under the influence of a transgendered nanny when he lived as a boy in Indonesia. That's right. Plus, oh my, he was married, in a manner of speaking, to his Pakistani roommate while attending Occidental College. And that the ring he wore at the time was a homosexual symbol for women, stay away. Obama had a cocaine-fueled romance with a right-wing activist and ex-convict named Larry Sinclair in 1999, who, of course, wrote a book about it. You didn't know this, did you? He orchestrated, Obama did, the murders of another gay lover and two gay associates from the Reverend Jeremiah Wright's church just before the Iowa caucuses in 2008. He did. All of this helps to explain why he married, in the words of one Obama investigator, quote, a mannish wife with big, muscular arms, end quote. You didn't know any of that? These stories have been standard fare in right-wing circles and on right-wing websites for years. Get this. Google Obama gay rumors, and you get 15 million hits. Most of them crackpots like conspiracy theorist Jerome Corsi. He was one of the original Swift boaters who successfully destroyed John Kerry's career. Now, Jerome Corsi interviewed a man who knew Obama at Occidental College and described Obama's relationship with his roommate as a close, intimate, emotional attachment. Let me digress. See, that's the thing about these right-wing neo-fascists. Close, intimate attachment. Forget Obama. Those three words, close, intimate, let's add one, emotional attachment. Oh, no, that means you're a girly man. That means you're a girl. You're a sissy. Close, emotional, intimate attachment? No, Jesus Christ, just give me my gun and my Bible. My close, intimate attachment is with Jesus and my guns. That's where my close, intimate, emotional... Poor bastards. Poor Miserable bastards, these right-wingers. But let me go back to what Neil Gabler wrote. The guy who, Jerome Coster interviewed a man who said that Obama had a close, intimate, emotional relationship with his roommate at Occidental. And the guy also said, quote, I saw them standing very close to one another. Jesus H. Christ. Yeah, well, Jesus stood very close to the 12 disciples. He kissed one of them. Uh-oh, Jesus was a faggot? Really? See, according to Jerome Corsi and the rest of these right-wingers, that has to be the case. Jesus was an out homosexual man who traveled with 12 of his boyfriends around the Middle East. He had close, intimate, personal relationships. Didn't he? Of course he did. He took communal baths with all these other men. Didn't he? Of course he did. He put his hands on them. As a matter of fact, laying hands is something that is, dare I say it, sacred to the Christians. Jesus was queer? According to these right-wingers, he was. Well, that's good to know. Now we know that Jesus was, Jesus had close, intimate, emotional attachments to his followers and to people and to the Christians. Oh, isn't that lovely? There's a blogger named Kevin Dujan who reports that Reggie Love, the former basketball player who served as Obama's body man, was actually the president's lover. And that it is, quote, quite clear that in the years ahead, Barack Obama will replace Elton John as the reigning party queen gay icon. Why am I sharing this with you? To show you the depth of the sickness that is the right wing. These people are not political opponents. These are sorry sons of bitches who actually should just crawl off someplace. Go live, I don't know. Why don't you go live in caves? Bipartisanship my ass. I'm not the least bit interested in bipartisanship. You know what I want? Total elimination of the neo-fascist movement in this country. What, bipartisanship with fascists? With right-wingers? With people who talk like this? Are you kidding me? Bipartisanship, huh? No thanks. According to this freak Dujan, Kevin Dujan, he also expects that Obama will retire to Honolulu after his defeat by Romney. That didn't happen, Mr. Dujan. And when he gets to Honolulu, he will, quote, be draped in colorful muumuus with a retinue of hunky, shirtless Secret Service studs around him. Barack Obama will find himself in a new kind of paradise, no doubt, end quote. Do you suppose that Kevin Dujan is just projecting a little bit? Is that wishful thinking? Why am I telling you this on the morning after? I'm telling you this to show you the total depth of the sickness, the mental derangement of a political organization in this country that must be erased. It must be eliminated. It must be sent to the pigsty where it belongs. This is not bipartisanship. How do you get bipartisan-y with a bunch of goddamn psychopaths? Quick answer, you don't. Back to Neil Gabler writing in The Nation about the Republican Party's mental derangement. That's not the title of the article, but that's what I call it. These people are just sick as hell. So when I hear, the concession speech last night, Romney, okay, yeah, it was a nice little concession speech, right? Bipartisanship, reaching across the aisle, blah, 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 blah. This from a guy who during the campaign swore that the bipartisanship my ass, he was going to rip everything to pieces that had been done in the previous 4 years in order to satisfy his rabid, foam-flecking, mouth-breathing base of hyenas. But now in the concession speech, oh yeah, well, let's reach across the aisle. Let's a real bipartisanship. you can bet your bottom dollar that Mitch McConnell, who absolutely failed in his 4-year effort to thwart the reelection of Obama, that in itself makes the reelection of Obama almost totally acceptable to me. Just to see these right-wingers shove their heads further up their rear ends and struggle to be able to breathe. I just wish they would all suffocate in that position. That's where they belong. Their heads up their butts and suffocating. God. Anyway, so getting back to any kind of scurrilous charge against Obama over the past 4 years, it's just been insane. Everything from his citizenship to his sexual orientation to his motivations to his deepest thoughts to everything. And here's the hell of it. There are several realistic issues that the right wing could have gone after Obama on and refused to do it, like extrajudicial assassination, like the NDAA, so many things. But, see, this is what you have to accept. To the right-wingers, to the neo-fascists, to the Hitlerites in this country, that wasn't far enough. They don't want drone strikes. They want goddamn nuclear bombs raining from the sky. So why would they criticize Obama for the drone strikes when they want mass death? These are Republicans. These are conservatives. These are teabaggers. These are sick mofos. They are totally out of their minds. Wayne Madsen leads the pack. His newsletter is the source on Obama's visits to the bathhouse, and he's the one who revealed how Obama used basketball pickup games to pick up men. What's the matter, Wayne? Do you need a little homosexual sex to let you see that actually it can be kind of fun? Is that what you need, Wayne? You just have such a desire to go that route, don't you? Just once. Don't you, Wayne? You ought to try it. You may find that it's very non-threatening, and it's like any other kind of sex. It is what it is. But I digress. Anyway, according to this sick bastard Wayne Madsen, Obama used basketball pickup games to pick up men. Obama had homosexual trysts with Representative Arthur Davis. I never heard of him. Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick and Senate Majority Leader Bill Frist. Yes, he did. I guess Bill Frist was a little too, what, Wayne? A little too limp-wristed for you? Because we all know that gay men have a limp wrist. Right, Wayne? And we all know that they don't walk, they sashay. Right, Wayne? Who knew? Now, while all this is going on, these sick bastards over at the Family Research Institute, a Christian Christ-murdering organization, right-wing, dedicated to protecting the country from the likes of Obama, told a radio audience that while, quote, I'm not sure about the claims by various people who have reported that Obama has at least participated at times with them in homosexual acts, this support of his of gay marriage certainly lends some credence, end quote. So there you have it. Bipartisanship? Are you serious? Are you serious? From this scum, from this pond scum, from these people who use the charge of sexual orientation as a way of saying that somebody is deranged, when in fact the derangement is all theirs? I mean, how do you bipartisan with scum like this? How do you sit down, culturally or socially speaking, with a piece of human waste like Glenn Beck or Rush Limbaugh or Matt Drudge? How do you do it? How do you do it? And by the way, Matt Drudge is as gay as can be. Why don't they go after Matt Drudge? This is sickness. And it's infected the whole country. But you know what? We had two states last night who on referendums decided, the voters decided, yeah, marriage equality, it should be the rule of the law of the land. And in Maine and Maryland, It now is, along with, 6 states now, where people within those states, either through the electoral process or a judicial process or a legislative process, have decided, you know what, marriage equality makes sense. But this filth on the right wing, oh my God, this is from hell.